Well, by now you should know that they can generate hurricanes and all kinds of stuff, but if they can do that, they can fix the planet. And remember the cartoon? It said, "Gotta get this bill to pass." It wasn't killing charter kids. There's their brutal truth. They thank God for Joseph Cook because, they had to get that bill to pass. The negotiations, the treaties. Why do we have charter kids? Well, it was to see if they were honoring the charters when they settled this land. And they go, settled this land meant more than just settling this land. It was settling the differences. And when James Kirk said, "I'm surrounded by morons," he meant people that didn't understand, because moron, just Florida, we got that space program, it's all ours. The space program was meant for the entire United States. So when he said moron, just Florida, and he tried to keep Joseph here or there while he was making those treaties and reestablishing those bonds, it wasn't the bonds for the jail system. It was the bonds for the treaties, the peace treaties. So he gonna go and see New Mexico to see what the Area 51 looked like when y'all said, "Don't go to Area 51." And we're gonna see what we can do there to make this thing work again. And you know what? The bill to pass was to make sure that bill, the virtual bill that you guys can't see because some of you are telepathically blind, made sure he passed, because he passed all the reasoning tests and everything else like your Men in Black movie when he was in 2nd grade. The motherfucker was telepathic and knew something was wrong, so he started to pretend like he didn't know how to read the words. So they said, maybe we'll put him in a gate program and see what the fuck is going on. So they sent him down to Florida to see. So they found out what they were doing in Florida. And they go, "Man, you think those military down here are clueless? They know about the other technology, and that's why it's not here. And it never will be, as long as those islands exist." They put those people on those islands because they were like, moron, just me, moron, just me, moron, just me kind of people. The Windows me people. So now you're starting to understand fifth dimensional thinking. And you know what else you need to understand is, well, those charter kids were like charters, unwritten paper. Watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Did they find the will? Did they find the paper so they could say, we got this and we got this, and screw all those other people? Well, when you go to your stores and you look at your products and you start to look at the little things, because they were making fun of Joseph Kirk because he's got all this complex stuff in his mind, he might forget a few little things. But you know what? Since y'all were making fun of a few little things with Mr. Kirk, they said, take a few little things. There's plenty to go around. Go to the grocery store as you were filling up your carts with your toilet paper dreams. Take that. Look at the little things, and when you look at where it came from, I want you to think about Florida. I want you to see that where's those Navy oranges they were supposed to be growing for the United States Navy? Where's those naval oranges? Well, those oranges say they came from California now. And you have a Tampa, drink that Tampa Coke, it came from California. And you look at these other products, and the one product we want you to look at is the water. The clean water, to clean out your system. Florida bottling water. Can you grow grain and have a little bread and water for the prison system? It was going to be the whole damn state because of those people. So you take that and you go, damn, our history classes and everything are also going to get renewed. And I go, what about the 10 years? Well, there was a teacher once, we won't mention names, couldn't pass her computer tests, couldn't figure it out. So they say, Mr. Kirk, can you help me do this computer thing? And they say, here you go. Now she's a teacher. And they say, remember railroad birds? They had them on drugs, didn't know what treatment to give them. So Mr. Kirk say, put him on these and do this, and now he's doing great. And I go, thank you for giving my son back. Well, what did you do with Mr. Kirk? So when you say it's the Bible translation according to who? You? No. It's the Bible translation according to the whole fucking planet and those fifth dimensional shits that you can't see. And some of it you're now seeing because we pierced the veil and you go, how do I get out of this? Remember the courthouse? So, courthouse, you know? They say court essays. You mean the Mexicans? Yeah, court essays. You know, writing essays, trying to figure out how the Egyptians and the aliens and stuff did computing, so you're making these false crimes and all this shit, trying to do your little math with your lawyers in the courthouse. Cry, my Knowles. Cry. Cry, my Navy Knowles. When Commander Knoll at Titusville High School. And remember, you say, see my Knoll, see my Navy Knoll now, with those Seminole Indians. Do your history. I'll tell you one more time. Bread and water, man. That's all you would have had, because none of the Indians in the past days ever came to Florida. It was too much swampland. Remember Trump said drain the swamp? They had to drain the swamp just to put people here. Just to put people here. And it says, well, you know that prison colony thing we got over there, we let some of them over here and see what they do. Now you know the history. They go, black slaves. They weren't slaves, they were black people from other countries building this country up. And the black slaves weren't black slaves, they were prison colonists on those fucking islands we let come over here and have a new lease on life.